Hello, Philadelphia! I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show!
Live from the Xfinity studio. Well, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday to all across the Delaware Valley on a rainy Tuesday. At least it's not as cold as yesterday, and good weather's on its way. And Flyers win number 3 in a row. This is the Anthony Gargano Show, presented by the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app and our good friends from Xfinity. Flyers win last night in the shootout. Mishkov and Zegras. And good win in Toronto. Get the 2 points. That's 3 in a row for Fly guys. As they've been eking out some wins. It's good. I know people want to just completely tank. I just think it's too late for that. Like, I'd much rather, and now look, I think it's going to be tough to make a playoff. I get it. But I think this team just needs to feel like something good about itself. I think everybody does. So I get it. I understand exactly what you're talking about when it comes to, getting that top end talent. But unless you're going to strip it bare and just go complete tank mode to be the worst team in the league, I just don't think you're there. I don't. I think there's got to be other ways. Like, they're going to hit us with draft picks. Some of the guys that are maybe not showing it now are going to have to somehow become the guy to get to that next level. So we'll talk a little Flyers. Today's a big football day. Joining us, Franny Films, to wrap up the combine and getting into the draft and what we saw. Franny does an incredible job with the draft, all right? Like, it's one of the reasons that you have to become a diehard. So I want to dive into that. Baldy put out his top 100 players of the draft, so he'll join us at 10. So heavy football over today. But I do want to start with something that's bothered me. And I want to kind of pick your brain on this, guys, because we look at, I think the world views us as Philadelphians, and sometimes even inside us, that we're like this weird cartoon character. And Philly Mag put out this list, which I really don't like. And it was the top 25 athletes that represent Philadelphia, that have a Philadelphia mentality, that kind of embody the region in this city. And right off the bat, I'll read you the list, and then you tell me what you think. All right, because I'm curious on the hello, good morning, chat, what you guys think of this list. Number 25 is Vince Papale, who is a great story. And, I love Vince. It's a great story. But is that like an all-time, like, of all these players, Vince was a cup of coffee? No? I mean, I know I love Vince, and the movie was great, but I don't know. I think I'm not in love with that. Tyrese Maxey, 24. I love Tyrese Maxey. And yes, he belongs on the list. Whitey Ashburn, yes, belongs on the list. I'm good with that. Carly Lloyd, sure, belongs on the list. Tex Cobb, what? I just don't understand. I know that, that he was here, and there was a lot of literary Tex Cobb because of the whole thing, and Grace Ferry and Pete Dexter, who was a great kind of city side columnist back in the day, and then became an author, and he was close to Tex Cobb, and I don't know. I mean, of all these athletes we talk about, Tex Cobb, I don't say it. Stevie Williams, skateboarder. I got to ask my mate Joey Marone about that. Jameer Nelson, that was good. I like Jameer Nelson because I did think he embodied during the St. Joe's run. I think he embodied it. Like, all right. Monet Davis, great story. I'm down. Chuck Bednarik, yes. Bernard Hopkins, yes. Smarty Jones, if you're going to go equine, I guess. I mean, I can't say anything bad because Dick Girardi will have me on a skillet the way he loved that horse. So sure. Charles, yes. Charles is 14 on the list. That's got to be higher. Chase Utley, no. Chase, did he embody Philadelphia? He was a fan favorite. I don't know about Chase, especially when I got to tell you about who's not on the list. Aura Washington. She was a tennis player. I don't know her body of work. Mike Schmidt, great player, but did he embody Philadelphia? I don't think so. Will, yeah, I mean, from here, Dick Allen, Bobby Clark, yes. Bobby Clark was like the ultimate Philadelphia embodiment for a whole generation. Of all those guys, Bobby Clark was probably the number one of that crew, of the Jaws. By the way, Jaws isn't on this list, and you can put Jaws on this list in my eyes. He embodies Philadelphia. Doc, I don't know that Doc did. Doc was regal. Dawn Staley, yes. B. Doc, yes. He should be number one in my eyes. John Kruk, 4. I don't get John Kruk. Jason Kelsey, yes. He's definitely up there. Joe Frazier, number 2, yes. And number 1, AI. Yeah, I would put Allen 1. I'm great with Allen being 1. Joe Frazier, 2. Kelsey's up there. I love Kelsey. He embodies it. I get it. Dawkins should be at least with Kelsey or right after Kelsey. I don't get Kruk being 4. But it's like we look at, and I'm looking at this list, and it's like we're looking at ourselves like through the prism of like a cartoon character. And it kind of bothers me. Good morning, VG. I'm going to pick your brain on this.
Good morning. I'm a big fan of Philly Mag. I subscribe to Philly Mag. I hate this list. It's got
I didn't like it either.
It's got a feel of transplants to me on it. It doesn't feel like you got
I
a
heard
bunch
the
of
writer,
Philadelphians.
Shooters had the writer on this morning. And
there's like 7 of them.
Well, the lead, I think the lead writer of the story, Bradford Pearson.
Like, just go Brad. That's not Philly right away, Bradford.
Correct.
You got to go Brad. I'm Brad Pearson.
Right.
Bradford's not Philly.
Right.
You going to put the lead name up there? Come on, Brad.
But Bradford said he was a transplant.
Yeah,
he is. Yeah, he's like, I moved here in college and stayed. It's fine, But I don't know. There's something about growing up in this town that gives you perspective.
People don't
like understand. Childhood.
People don't understand this. Like, I get, even if you live here 30 years, if you don't grow up here, your formative years are not raised in this area, you don't get it like we get it.
Yes.
And
you're right.
And I'm not saying, it doesn't mean you're a second-class citizen. I was arguing kind of with a friend of yours, Mr. Macnow, on X, Twitter, a couple of weeks ago about the whole Villanova Philly school nod, and he's a Phil. I was like, no, you're not a like. If you move from Buffalo and you live in Havre, you're from Haverford or Havertown or wherever you're from.
No, but
you're from the Philly area, but you don't grasp. Yeah, there's something about being 7 years old with these lunatics and living in this area. There's just something about it. You can't put a handle on it.
I agree with you. Like I do. Like I think if you grow up in this area, in this region, and you said it, your formative years. You have an understanding. And if you come here later in life,
yes,
you just don't. You're not going to get it.
You can't. You'll never get it. I don't know why.
It's not a slight.
No.
And nobody's telling you And I used to have those discussions with Glenn. And back when I was immature, I would use it as a weapon, which wasn't right.
Yeah, right.
On my end.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, you don't know if you grew up in another town and grew up rooting for those teams in your town, that's fine. Like, that's what it is. And you come here, and yeah, man, you make a life here. That's
Good.
awesome.
We're glad you're here.
You're a true Philadelphian. You
100%.
come. But the real Philadelphian is different than anything.
Yes. And the only people who say it's not different are people who didn't grow up here.
Right. And then want to impose themselves.
And it's fine. Well, I'm glad they're here. I'm glad they like our area, but there's just something different. Yeah.
Right? Like, you add a lot. Like, listen, I'm not just being like nice and politically correct. I truly believe that. But like growing up here, you just have I agree with you, man. You have a different perspective, man.
It's weird. I mean, like, I got to worry about what street I cross. Am I in Feltonville? Am I running from the Frankfurt kids? Like, there's a whole thing going on here. Like,
but just the idea of it, right?
Like, you got the bums, you got the old heads with the bums. Like, you're just ingrained. It's like the school of, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it.
And even the idea of following sports and kind of like who the people are. It's funny. I saw a list. I'm like John Kruk's 4. And I like John Kruk. Jimmy Rollins is not on the list. Like, to me, Jimmy Rollins was completely Philadelphia. So here's my argument for Jimmy, right? Jimmy played tough.
Yes.
He was a tough dude. He was prideful.
Yep.
Right? Like, so that got him in trouble at times. He had a
Swagger.
Like, that's Philadelphia.
He hated New York.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, that's Philadelphia.
Yeah. John Kruk is West Virginia to me. He's not Philadelphia. He's like he's a hillbilly who's funny. He likes beer. So I guess that makes him a Philadelphian.
Yeah.
He likes beer.
You know what is about this?
I love him.
About this list is that it's what people perceive who we are. Like, you got to know who we are.
Like, are we rednecks who live in a city?
No.
No, that's what it feels like we're perceived.
No.
Like you said, Randall Tex Cobb.
Right.
He's Tex Cobb. He's from Texas.
It's such a try-hard list. It's why I hate the list.
Yeah.
It's a try-hard, let me try to, like, it doesn't speak purely of what a Philadelphian is.
No, and if you're going to go non-player, go Smarty Jones, you go Fanatic. Come on, man. The way the Fanatic drove Tommy Lasorda crazy and stuff. Yeah, you got to go
ball breaker.
Yeah,
like
total ball breaker.
Like in Philadelphia,
yes,
you're a ball breaker.
Yeah,
right. Like, that's part of it. Yes. That's part of who you are.
Yeah, the Fanatic personifies that.
Like the Smarty Jones thing, I'm fine with. Right.
It's nice. He came out of nowhere.
I'm fine with it. Like, I get the whole thing, but the rest of this stuff, I look at it. And I just don't think they understand. And I think they create some character. And it's got to fit. It's like they take the bad apple Eagles fans, right? Like, you have the I want to be an Eagle fan. There's a tiny percentage of I'm a Birds fan and I act like a lunatic. But it's not real.
Right.
Like, like a lot of those people, and it's a small percentage of people, but a lot of those people, they're so drunk they don't even watch the freaking game. Like, they're not even paying attention to the game. Like, the true Philadelphian loves sports and watches the game.
Well,
it's not like you're saying, I'm an Bird. You're watching the game.
We've become like a bad cliche.
Yes.
The Philadelphia fan is just a bad cliche.
Yes.
It's not accurate.
And here's Philadelphia Magazine contributing to it.
Right. Yes.
I'll be honest with you, I was like kind of offended by it.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I was like, oh, this is a cool idea. Then I read it. I was like, yeah.
I mean, the only thing they got completely right
was AI.
Being number one.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Like, because here's the thing about AI. AI was the perfect embodiment because he was supremely talented, was very prideful, but had like real warts.
Yeah, he's a great kid.
Flawed.
Like he's a good human with flaws. Yeah, and overachieves and is a workhorse.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's us.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, that Clark at 8 is too low.
Clark should probably be number 2.
Yeah. I mean, truthfully,
Yeah, I'm not a Bobby Clark fan from his GM years, so I have a bias against him. But he should probably be number 2.
no. I mean, if you think about what he did here,
Yeah.
like, and it's hard because it's hard for generations. They don't, you don't know. It's ancient history.
Mm-hmm.
But the dude embodied it. Like, and dude embodied it. And like, if you want to put Kelsey or Doc 3 or 4, I don't really care. They're both, to me, kind of like, I'm a Dawkins.
I love Dawkins, but he's intense and stuff, but I don't know if he's Philly to me. Like,
Really?
yeah, I think he's an all-timer. He's an all-time great, a top 4, top 3, top 2. I don't know, Eagle of my lifetime.
But he did embody like the way he played, like with supreme fierce toughness. He was not like Palomalu was. Think about the same position, right? And Troy Polamalu had like he had the hair. He was flamboyant.
Mm-hmm.
Dawkins wasn't flamboyant.
No, he was
lunch pail.
He was,
and and that's a Philadelphia thing.
He was very reserved though off the field, like.
Yeah, but like on the field, he was demonstrative without standing out, like in the flamboyant sense.
Yeah,
I can explain it. Like to me, I got the Philadelphia thing from him.
Yeah, he felt a little polished to me.
Like I don't understand how Jimmy Rollins is not on this list.
It
drives me nuts.
Oh, dude, come on.
Right? Like Joe Frazier, yes, Joe was like ultimate.
I mean, I feel like Jimmy's more Philly than Chase, to be honest with you.
Totally. No.
Chase is a Southern California guy.
Yeah, like very talking about reserved and not saying anything.
Right.
What was Philadelphia about him other than he like he was listen, he played the game he was a great player. So this is not about playing, but great player, did the right things. But I don't know. Like Jimmy, to me, was way more Philadelphia. Like it wasn't even close.
Hey, was Reggie on the list? Did you say Reggie?
Reggie White?
Yeah.
No.
Huh. All right.
No Reggie White.
Because he's similar to B Dog to me, just a beast on the field.
By the way, can't you say Jaws is should be on this list?
Yeah, you probably could.
I mean, not for nothing.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But like the guy fitted really well here. The guy, when he played, just took a beating. Never complained.
No.
Wore toughness on his sleeve, and was a Philadelphia type of guy.
Yeah,
No?
I don't know. He's borderline for me, Jaws, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I understand. You're making a good case. You're making me second guess it. He didn't come to mind at all. But yeah, you're
like when I think of
counselor's doing a good job with the jury here.
When I think of Philadelphia athletes that come flooding to my mind, like I B-Hop. First of all, if you're a fighter and you're from Philadelphia, you have to be.
Yes.
You have to embody.
B-Hop is definitely Philly.
So you have to. So why would you choose Tex Cobb?
Because he lives here, I guess.
No, but that's ridiculous. It's what you call Matthew Saad Muhammad, who's Matthew Franklin. Like, there's a million Philadelphia fighters.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go with a fighter,
right,
that actually are from here and not like
again. I think Tex Cobb likes beer. There's a theme to this. I think he is known to be a barroom guy, a bar brawl guy.
There is this weird. You nailed it to start it. There's this weird, kind of like these people that come here later in life create a narrative. And it's this weird narrative that's at play here.
Yeah, I don't know. They've created like this Hollywood Acme casting, cliche character of us.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's accurate.
No.
Like I say that, like it's
like honestly, you know what? Like it kind of bugs me a little bit, like of the But we're just this uneducated. Yeah, we are, crass, boorish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's not true. Is there, a part? Go to any town, all right, and you'll see that kind of stuff. There's a blend there's a blend. You got to understand it.
I gotta say, my one of my favorite humans in the world is you all know is Johnny Goodtimes. He moved here like I don't know early 20. He's been here like 25 years. Contributes more to this city than I do. He does. He gives back. He's always raising money for poor organizations, volunteers. But he's never gonna get. He's never gonna be. He grew up like somewhat dabbled as a Cowboys fan, dabbled as a Dolphins fan as a kid.
Yeah, you can't dabble in something
Like
that.
you're never just gonna get. You never got the warning about like, hey, be aware this is going on. Like at North Catholic would be like, do not wear nice sneakers or your gold chains on the L today because there's a rash of North guys being jumped. I mean, there's just something about like when you're a teenager going through that kind of craziness here that you just can't. You can't.
I just think
learn
if you grew up in this region, right?
Yeah.
Going to the shore, just doing your thing, like just being a part of, it's just part of it. You grow up here. You said it. Your formative years gives you a picture of what this place is and who these people are.
Yeah, and it's all like if I move to Delco now, it's not the same as the people who grew up in Delco. They got a whole different experience than the life I'm going to know.
Right,
in
but like,
Delco.
I'm talking about even more in the sense of, like, I'm giving you the whole region.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about Sealand.
Right.
The whole region.
I got
like,
you.
if you grew up in this region,
Yes,
you understand what our lives are about and who we are as people. Not coming here later and kind of you have your own childhood that you compare it to. You can compare and contrast it to.
Right. So like we would learn in a marketing class, the same message. Just do it. Whatever. Just a general message. It's got to be a message that gets through everyone's perceptions because their formative years create the way they perceive things.
Correct.
And if you're not from this region, you're never going to understand in the true sense how we perceive things as a body of people.
Exactly. My man, good job. My boy, Eddie Wright. How come John Marzano's not on that list?
Oh, man.
Johnny
Major.
Mars, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
This list is bogus.
Someone else was like, Pat Burrell needs to be on that list.
That's what I
Like,
think.
you know what? You said Jules?
That's what I said in the chat.
Yeah,
Pat the Vat over Utley for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Like, you're right, Jules.
Yeah.
No, that's the truth.
Yeah, he was a...
Like, all due respect to Bradford Pearson. I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, first of all, it's not even on him.
No.
It should be on someone that was born in this area to write the story. There's plenty of Philadelphia writers that could have wrote the story.
Yeah, had them as an editor, consultant at the end. I mean, there's six writers.
Somebody
Six
could
writers.
from here, grew up here to write it.
Wait, can we also say it took like 6 or 7 people to write the top 25 Philly athlete story? Hold on, let me count how many. And hey, I love Philly Mag. I subscribe to it. I say everyone should subscribe to it.
Should have wrote it.
Larry Black should be on this.
He's from here.
He is involved. He's one of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Again, you can't
8,
have
11 people wrote this article.
There's no
Each
input.
one with 2 people.
Yeah, I got a problem with it.
11
I do.
people.
I just think.
Listen, if I told you, Ann, I need you to write me a 25
No, well,
top
again, if they're
athletes,
trying to,
and you say I need to get 10 other people to help me out.
no, well, I guess they're trying to get a wide spectrum of input, but whatever. All right. I'm curious what the chat says. So later on when we revisit, let me know. We got Franny coming up. A whole big combine recap. I can't wait, all right? Because Franny was there, binoculars. He was all ready. Notes. You got to become a diehard. It's unbelievable. Like this draft is very important for the Eagles. No one's got it covered like our Fran Duffy. So he's coming up next. But first, how about talking about some of our friends? Let's talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. Yes, it's time to play. Right. Here it is. Join me on the BetParks online sportsbook app. There's always another way to win. Live sports is better on the BetParks app. Fly Guys hockey. We got hoops tonight. Wemby in town. Wemby against Dembona. I would take the over Wemby on everything. All right? That's probably going to win. So do yourself a favor. Right now, new casino users score up to $1,000 bonus back if you're down the first 24 hours. Plus, you get 250 bonus spins on Good Heavens. Yes, over the course of 10 consecutive days, 250 bonus spins make your downtime fun time. All the hot slots, cash eruption, you name it. It's right there. Have some fun with it. BetParks.com has all the details. Got to be 21 in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. Gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Look, you want Jalen Carter out catching passes? No. All right? Come on now. Not worth the risk, the time, the money. Keep your stars focused on doing what they do best. Same goes for your business. You don't want your top people buried in operations, tedious, time-consuming, redundant activities that wear them down. Togo can help any business look to reduce operating costs, from customer service and accounting to order management, logistics, admin, data entry, even complex multi-step operational processes. We take it off your plate. Every Togo program includes dedicated staff, custom automations, US-based process engineers who act as your quarterback, giving you complete control, total transparency, and instant efficiency. At Togo, they turn your playbook into performance. You call the plays, we execute. HarnessTogo.com. Scale smarter, work faster, stay focused on winning. All right. We got him.
Oh, good. I need an update on my guy, my tight end guy.
I need your tight end.
Yeah, my tight end guy, not my tight end. Yeah. As a guy brought up to him early on, he kind of poo-pooed me a little bit, and now
Who?
Sammy Roosh.
Oh, okay. No, my guy is my guy.
That's a pipe dream.
I know. He's a pipe dream. I love that guy all year.
Yeah, I'm not taking you. I'm not taking your guy. I'm not taking. I would never take your guy.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Franny films on the Xfinity mobile call-in line.
They do not crave food nor drink for nourishment, for they exist solely on the glow of the all-22 monitors. They are the Leatherheads, and he is Franny Films.
Films! Good morning, Films!
Franny?
You're muted, baby boy.
Morning, guys. What's going on?
What you doing, buddy?
Obviously, I'm still working. I'm working the cobwebs off. I don't even know. I can't unmute myself before I go live. I mean, I'm still out of sorts here.
Yeah, well, listen, you're in film study session. That's going to scramble your brain a little bit.
Yeah, it's look, it was an awesome week last week in Indianapolis. This time yesterday, I was still out there. So it was a long week. It was a fun week. Yeah, a lot of information kind of bogging around in my brain right now. But the cool thing is if you're a diehard, everything that I saw out in the field and a lot of the stuff that I heard throughout the week has gotten into the draft guide. So you go in, literally all 319 players. There's something written about every single one of them in the draft guide. So make sure you become a diehard so you get access to everything that was bouncing around in my brain over the last 8 days.
I love it. Well, I want to extract your brain right now. All right? Let's go with it. Let's start with just what you took, your biggest takeaways. If I said Franny Films 5 big takeaways from Indy, they would be what?
You know, I think one big topic, because it's funny, you know, you go out and you have all these conversations with people all around the league. And most of the people that I talk to when I'm out there, I'm usually talking with a lot of scouts from different teams and, you know, just people that I've generated relationships with over the years. And, you know, it's usually like, hey, like, haven't seen you, family, like, how's everything? How was the season? Like, stuff like that. So just talk through stuff like that. But then it's usually like, what's the hierarching like topic? Like, what's the big? So like last year, a big topic of conversation was Shedeur, right? And it was like, oh, like, you know, where do you think he's going to go? Like, it feels like he's fallen a little further than people think. You know, we're talking about. I would say like a couple of the big topics this year. It's stuff that we've talked about where it's not a great draft at the top, and so it's going to be a lot of conversations in terms of like positional value, because a lot of the best players are at non-premium positions. How it's going to be, we might see guys go 8 overall that we were talking about in the 20s, right? And vice versa, just because it's a lot of varying opinions on things. I would say another big topic was the fact that, I think there was a lot of whispers in the wind in terms of like the combine changing over the next few years, and in terms of things that they might need to do to get guys to participate more often. It's going to be a topic I'm going to write in the newsletter. I'm hoping I can get it done today to send out tomorrow morning. But it felt like basically what happens when you're there for drills. I'm sitting there, I'm in my seat at Lucas Oil Stadium, and before guys start running the 40, a scout comes onto the loudspeaker, onto the into the stadium, and goes through the whole list of the group that's coming up. And here are the guys that are not running and not working out.
Yeah.
And it felt like it was like half the guys at almost every position weren't running, weren't testing. And it was like a grab bag of guys that, I'm going to do this drill and not this drill. I'm going to do that drill. And it slowly has graduated to this point. But the NFL's got to figure some things out in terms of how to get guys motivated to where they want to be able to do a lot of these tests, a lot of these drills.
Yeah. Well, the problem is a lot of the agents are going, dude, don't do that. If you know that your client is deficient in an area, well, you're not going to expose that, right? Like, that's a big problem. And you as a scout are looking to compare and contrast, right? So you need 8, 9, 10, 11 to actually look at 1, 2, and 3.
So, and that's the problem right now too, is that a lot of it, I will say, has to do with the college football calendar, because now with the playoff being inserted, and now those guys playing into late January in some cases, right? Like, that's what I was trying to post on social media as guys. It was announced like, oh, this guy's not working out, this guy's not working out. Francis Maui-Noah, there was going offensive line on Sunday, not working out, and someone responded was like, oh, I'm really disappointed that Maui-Noah's not working out. I'm like, well, the national championship was 41 days ago, and some guys have, at the same position, the guys that are going after him have been working out and training for this since early December.
Yes.
So, like, it's not apples to apples. So I think a lot of these guys, they've got the easy out to be able to get out, and I totally get that. But it's the ones like, that had all off season, or in some cases much longer. Like Jermod McCoy, the corner from Tennessee, we haven't seen anything from him in 14 months. So it's like, all right, like, why are you waiting until the pro day? You know what I mean? Like, there are some examples where it's, it's a little bit harder to fathom. But I think at the end of the day, they have to get this figured out and it's not necessarily all just the athletic testing. Sometimes it is just like the field drills. Like, I get it if you don't want to, you don't want to put the bad 3-cone time against this guy who's going to have a great 3-cone time, but they're not timing the field drills. Like, you should be able to at least go out and do that stuff. So it's, it's something I think that they're going to be working on here in the next 2, 3, 4 years.
The other issue you have is you have the problem of the pro days versus the combine too, because I'd much rather display my talents on a pro day in my own comfortable setting.
Here's the problem with it though, is that let's say you're Carnell Tate, right? You're Carnell Tate, and that's why I actually posted this as a thing the other day on social, because a couple of the top receivers, most of the top receivers did not run. Carnell Tate did run and ran in the low 4.5s, depending on whose stopwatch you looked at, right? And it's like, all right, well, would you rather your guy go out and compete and run in the low 4.5s or doesn't run at all? And here's the thing. Carnell Tate, if he thinks, hey, you know what, like, I can run in the 4.4s, he's got another chance to do it. He can go to the combat. He can go to his pro day and run 4.47, and that's going to be the number that's going to be on the card in every draft room across the league. No one's going to remember that he ran 4.52 at the combine, because now his official number is going to be 4.47. Let's say you are Mekhi Lemon from USC, and you're going to wait for the pro day. You want to do it in the sun out in Southern California. That's all well and good. What happens if you wake up, you've got a head cold, the morning of your pro day, and you don't feel 100%? What happens if you turn an ankle, God forbid, during training? What happens if your hamstring is a little bit tight that morning? What happens if it's raining? All these different things where you are putting all of your eggs into one basket. Not to mention, this has been proven to be a fast track in Indy. Like, all the, look, a lot of everyone thinks a big deal. This is the fastest combine, or this is the fastest class ever at every position. I feel like everyone in the media needs like some kind of statistical analysis class. Yeah, if you shrink the size, if half the guys aren't running, and the only guys that are running are the ones that know they're going to run fast, yeah, that's going to raise the average up to make it look like it's the fastest class ever.
Right.
So, you know, I think that we all kind of need a little bit of a reminder on how all that stuff works.
You're spot on. By the way, we're on the clock. That's right. Presented by Ashley Furniture. On the clock with Franny as we count down to the draft. Franny unpacking his notebook and his brain from Indianapolis. I know, I'm with you. The problem with the combine, and I love the idea of the combine, but you already just said it. Like, you know, years ago, Fran, this was late 90s. I wrote a piece. It was a couple years after the Mamula draft, right? There was a guy at Boston University who was a trainer who trained Mike on the combine.
Sure.
I went and profiled him for, it was Esquire magazine, and I wrote this whole big piece about what he did to train for the tests, these tests.
Yep.
And the problem was, it's all fugazi, right? Because, like, yeah, I think you do well on the test, but I may not be a good football player. And that was proven out over that period of time. And it still lingers today with, you know, working out and training for the combine.
So exactly what you just said there at the end is one of the things that I personally, and I know that there are a lot of scouts that feel the same way, a lot of evaluators, a lot of coaches that look at it the same way. If you see a guy that runs really well on film, you're like, man, this guy's fast. You know, he runs by, he's a receiver, he runs by corners, he's a running back, big play machine, whatever. But he doesn't test well, he doesn't run well. And you get into like, you ask the question, why? And it's, well, was he not putting everything into training? You know, was it an injury? Was there something else there? But it just, you ask that question, why? That can be a marker in terms of like the future, like, oh, like, yeah, he wasn't really putting everything into training. And we talked to some of the trainers and some of the guys, you know, they'll say like, yeah, he showed up late, you know, 75% of the time, or he wasn't. You know, there were a couple days where he just took a day off here or there. So yeah, those are things that you definitely ask yourself. And then it goes the other way too, where a guy outperforms what you expect, and you say like, all right, like that probably speaks to a guy that put everything he could into essentially cheating the drill, not cheating the drill, but you know what I mean? Like you're going to
cheat the test. I mean, it's
ace this test.
You know,
That's
it
it
is what it is. So I'll ask you, let's go to you, because I think you're an excellent evaluator. So you got player A. What weight does film? And we'll go this past year's film, the previous year's film, and let's say injury-free, because injuries muddy up the water, all right? As opposed to combine and what they look like.
I mean, the other aspect of it that I would put in there would be like the character portion of it, right? It would be like the work ethic, the football character, all of that stuff is that. And we know, and think of your favorite Eagle, favorite Eagles draft pick, or obviously it would be least favorite. Like think of the most infamous guys that did not work out, that were high picks. Almost always, it has nothing to do with ability. It has nothing to do with talent. This guy had all the talent, and it didn't work for, maybe it was a medical reason, or maybe it was, you know, the toughness aspect, the commitment to the game aspect, the love of the game, right? Like all of those things. So, you know, for me, I would say it's like probably like 45 film, 45 character, and then 10% everything else. The medical is a big thing. Obviously, that can be
the medical's huge. I mean,
medical's huge,
and that's
why the combine will never go away. Yeah, to me, like the combine will never like completely go away. Guys will always go. It's a matter of getting those guys in. They go through the medical. They do the interviews. The interviews are invaluable. It's a huge part of the entire process. So, I do think that that's something that will always keep this thing afloat.
So are we just buying in? So is it kind of meaningless? I mean, for the first round guys, I guess the Ohio State guys had a great weekend. They may have tweaked their speed. They may go up a slot or two, but for the first round guys, it seems like they're kind of locked in with the game tape and their characters. So is this something that for the later round guys is more beneficial?
I think for the later round guys, it can be it can be like more beneficial in terms of maybe, it puts you on the radar more. But that's the thing is that, like, I'm hearing a lot of analysts. There's a receiver from Cincinnati, the big kid, Jeff Caldwell, who's like 6'4" and he ran 4.3. And I was like, oh, like no one helped themselves more than Jeff Caldwell. Jeff Caldwell's at the Shrine Bowl. I was down there. Yeah, like we knew, like big kid was going to run fast. And, if you read anything, like he came from a small school, transferred in. He was on Bruce Feldman's freak list, highlighting the top 100 athletes in college football last August. And it's like, yeah, like you expected that guy was going to run well. And scouts knew he was going to run well. So I do think that you're kind of, you have an idea, but it's the exposures to teams. Like, so a lot of times it's first time getting a chance to meet with those players. It's the medical exam. I highlighted that in the last newsletter I did before I went out. Like it's a 2-day medical thing, and they go through every single exam under the sun. Like orthopedic takes all morning, and that's the second day they're there, and then they go through EKG, neurological, pulmonary, like every psychological, every single medical thing under the sun the day before. So I would say it's definitely not meaningless. It's just not. It's the stuff that we don't see on TV that is extremely, extremely important.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's the most.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the most part.
Yeah, because I watch the drills and it's like, what?
Nah,
really gleaning from these drills.
No, these guys. It's all medicals and it's all
interviews.
Yeah. And
that's like, to me personally, I take a lot from the positional drills. So actually, hold on, give me a sec. All right.
Oh.
So, all right, here's my notebook. Shout out to my son for drawing the cover.
Nice.
So my son drew the cover for me this year. All right? Now, basically,
awesome.
So basically, what I'm doing, okay? Every single player, every single drill, right? So that this is each one is a player, and I know which drills they're going to run, right? So it's all the athletic tests. But when they're running the 40s, I'm not sitting there like nuts on the 40s. I'm going to get the numbers later when they go to do the broad jump. Actually, the broad jump usually happens right in front of me, so I'm sitting there and I'm looking at certain things for the broad jump, like body typing, just because it's right in front of me. But the bigger thing for me is, all right, I am going to watch. Sometimes it's maybe it's the third offensive tackle on my board, and then the fifth offensive tackle on my board. They might be back to back. And regardless, I'm seeing the whole group go through the same movements, the same exact drills over and over and over. Now, does it determine who's a better football player? No, it does determine like movement, athleticism, discipline, like all those kinds of things. So I'm just sitting here watching all those guys, and basically what I'm doing, literally every rep, I get a 3-point scale, and I go like A, B, or C. And then at the end of the drill, when they're going to do 40s for the next group, I'm going through and I'm like, all right, Anthony Gargano had, he ran 12 reps and there were 8 A's and 4 B's. All right, that's a pretty damn good workout. And then I go down to the next guy and I was like, EJ Smith had 7 C's and 4 B's.
I knew he was going to take a shot at EJ.
Not a great workout for EJ.
I knew it.
So at the end of the day, like that's, to me, I do get a lot out of the position drills as opposed to like, again, like the athletic testing is important. It's good. It's a good comparative analysis kind of deal, but it's all like little slivers of the pie.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm with it. And like, to me, I go back to it, but like tape to me is everything. Like that's the biggest chunk of the pie. Now, again, I can extrapolate who it's against, right? Opponent, because it's college football, the opponent is obviously matters. Like, but I want to see the movement applied to the sport. And that, to me, that's why tape, to me, is everything.
Yep. And there are certain workouts that I think, when you talk about like movement applicable to the sport, that I think are better than others. There are some workouts, and I was talking with some people like football ops, like in the NFL, during the actual drills for one of the days. And we're like, I was like, I love the DB workout. The DB workout to me is like a bunch of movements that are very applicable to the position.
Yeah.
There are other workouts where I'm like, I don't need to see a running back run 8
the
routes
hips
to
are
the
everything.
flat.
Like, you're going to play that position. It's all about your hips.
No question. And so but then we watched the running back workout the next day, and I don't need to see, every running back run 4 routes to the flat. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, all right, let's put some of these guys through some of those same like type of athletic movements, maybe not necessarily applicable to running back, but like, I want to see like what's their movement look like. So, I think some of the drills could use a little bit more. Some of the position drills could get use some tweaking, but again, like I said, my guess is that we'll see some tweaking here in the coming months.
All right, let's do this. We're gonna take a quick break. Come right back, and I want to know about players. I want to know about risers. I want to know about guys that are falling, guys that have the apple of Fran's eye. Okay? Love that. But first, let's talk about our friends.
Hey, let's talk about Ashley Furniture. I love Ashley Furniture. Now's your chance to transform your home for 2026 with great offers on your favorite looks at Ashley's New Year sale. Discover hot buys for every room in your house starting at just $299, and you can ring in the new year with new styles today and pay over time with 60 months special financing on in-store purchases. Don't miss out. Shop the season's must-have looks at Ashley's New Year's sale because we just love Ashley Furniture. You know that moment. It's that one time you realize you left your favorite sunglasses on the beach, on the roof of your car, at a gas station 3 states away. I've been there. I left my favorite sunglasses in Toronto, and then I was hesitant. I didn't want to bring out my sunglasses. I didn't want to take them on trips with me or do anything with them because I was afraid to lose them. But then everything changed. I found Shady Rays sunglasses because they're seriously good looking. They're made for real life. They're polarized, durable, not stupidly expensive. And check this out. This is totally wild. If you lose or break them on day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair, a brand new replacement, no guilt trip, just a new pair. So now I wear my sunglasses everywhere without fear. Hikes, concerts, on the boat, wherever. Because Shady Rays is the eyewear that's got your back. We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head over to shadyrays.com and use the code PHLY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. And try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Hey, let's talk about Ashley Furniture. I love Ashley Furniture. Now's your chance to transform your home for 2026 with great offers on your favorite looks at Ashley's New Year sale. Discover hot buys for every room in your house starting at just $299, and you can ring in the new year with new styles today and pay over time with 60 months special financing on in-store purchases. Don't miss out. Shop the season's must-have looks at Ashley's New Year's sale because we just love Ashley Furniture.
All right, Franny, let's go. Let's get right to it. The apple of Fran's eye. Heart emojis. Come. Let's go offense. Give me your offense position and who you're applying your heart emoji to.
For me, I mean, and this is obviously it's low-hanging fruit. We'll start at running back real quick. Jeremyah Love, okay,
Yes.
from Notre Dame. To me, I mean, he's going to go way before the Eagles. Obviously, the Eagles wouldn't take him anyway.
Yeah.
But talk about the guys that, they go and they don't need to do everything. He went and they did every single drill. And then he goes and he does the receiver workout on top of it. And on top of that, the very last route that they ran was like this deep over route. And he goes and it was like thrown out in front. He lays out for it. It falls incomplete. And he could have said, all right, that's it. Hey, like it was a bad ball. He gets up and he's like, no, coach, like run that again. I want another one. So like to me, like that's kind of what I was pointing to is like there are like little moments that it's not necessarily about ability. It speaks to like the guy's character. Like you hear talk about intangibles and things like that. And this is a player in Jeremyah Love that like, he's out there covering punts. He was banged up last year during their college football playoff run and wasn't the same like ball carrier, wasn't the same athlete, but he's out there like lead blocking for Riley Leonard on the goal line to lead for touchdowns. Like little things like that to me are markers of future success. So Jeremyah Love
I love him.
Is he gonna fall to Andy? I've seen multiple mocks with Andy taking him in Kansas City.
I got news for you. If I'm Washington, I know you need an edge, but I mean they have no running back. I love Jeremyah Love, man. I do. I think Washington needs so much that you may get that Andy may get lucky, or Andy may get an edge, which would be scary. You give Spags the edge.
Yeah, or maybe potentially I was looking at some of the corners might make sense too if they want to start the run there. It'll be interesting to see ultimately where Love goes, but it does feel like again in a class where there is so much ambiguity at the top and consternation about who's the best player, all that. Like you feel good about Jeremyah Love, and I feel like that's something that was one of my big takeaways from the week. Is he's universally loved.
How about speaking of universally loved, dude? Sadiq is just sick, man. Sick.
Yeah.
Sadiq.
Phenomenal athlete, and we knew that going back to the tape, even going back to the year before when he was a backup at Oregon, and he's catching a pass against Penn State and hurdling defenders on his way to a touchdown on the catch and run plays. I mean, he is a freak show athlete. You see the physicality on film as a blocker, and anyone I talked to, they was like, oh yeah, like I was in for the interview, like interviewed extremely well, and so this is a guy I think again you're just checking all the boxes there in terms of this whole pre-draft process. So Kenyon Sadiq. Yeah, you go under 4.4. You set the record at at the combine, especially for a guy as big as he is. Near 240 pounds. That's going to do well. I would have loved to see him go through the position workout, but I think at the end of the day, you feel good about Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah, I have all kinds of heart emojis. It's where do you think he winds up going?
It's going to be difficult because I think that when you're looking at the tight end spot and the teams that are kind of like in that range, there is reason why you could say like, oh yeah, like they could take Sadiq, and then there's reason where like, oh, like maybe not. Like if you're talking about Kansas City, like yeah, like oh, you take the Travis Kelce replacement, or it's like oh well yeah, Kansas City they've got other fish to fry, so they might not go that way. It is a little difficult to like figure out like which team does it make the most sense for, but it just feels like there are so many landmines between. We'll say 9 Kansas City and 23 the Eagles. I feel like him making it to the Eagles, it's pretty unlikely at this point.
I've seen multiple ones that have him going to the Rams.
Yeah,
I mean,
McVay with him.
I mean,
look,
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, 6 tight
They
ends.
already run the 5 like,
yeah, they took one in the second round last year. They actually took his former teammate. They took Terrence Ferguson out of Oregon last year in the second round. So it would be a matter of do they want to take another tight end, in the top 50, top 60. But look, he wanted, and I'm talking about it's like one of the worst secrets in the NFL that he wanted to move up for Brock Bowers 2 years ago, and he would have loved to be able to move up for one of those guys, Loveland or Warren, last year. So yeah, to get a guy like Sadiq, I wouldn't rule that out.
Yeah. Who else?
I would say, go to the offensive line, and obviously that's one that is, a lot of Eagles fans want to hear about, just with where they could go in round one. I was there Sunday for the workout at Lucas Oil Stadium. A bunch of those guys worked out really, really well, and there's, you get into like the athletic testing and things like that, and that's all well and good. Spencer Fano looked like a top 12 pick.
Yeah.
He's going to go high from Utah. But looking at the names that are being, potentially mocked to the Eagles or going off, or in the latter stages of round one, second half of round one, Monroe Freeling from Georgia. He tested extremely well. He came in at 6'7", 330 pounds, outstanding length. He runs really well. He jumped out of the gym. Like the testing portion, phenomenal. The position workout was very messy. Now, this is a one-year starter. This is a guy that has not played a ton of football, but the workout and it's not that he looked bad physically. Like the ability was that it was just a messy workout. He got tossed out of one drill because he didn't do it right, so they sent him back in line. He fell a couple times. There was a non-finish through the cone on another one. Like it was just a messy workout compared to everybody else. Is that going to be enough to drop him to 23? Like I doubt it. I think he's going to go in the top 20. My guy Max Iheanachor from Arizona State, it was a little bit the opposite, or it was kind of the same deal. Understandable, hasn't played a ton of football. The workout wasn't as clean as others, but he tested phenomenal. Like a guy that big that moves like that, light feet. Caleb Lomu from Utah, I thought was really clean in both. He tested well. 2-year starter at left tackle. The only thing with him is that he is probably a left tackle only. So if you are the Eagles and you're going to draft Caleb Lomu, I think the idea would be, all right, maybe he starts in 2027 at left tackle and you move Jordan Mailata back over to right tackle if Lane Johnson were to retire. Like that would be the succession plan there, I think, with the offensive tackle spot if you were to take Caleb Lomu. But Vega Ioane from Penn State looked phenomenal. He only did a couple tests. I think he only did the jumps, but the position workout was phenomenal. Great kid, interviewed really well from what I heard as well. So, no, the offensive line, I think they were up to snuff. They did a nice job over the course of the weekend.
Freddie, what did you think of Kadyn Proctor? I see him falling right around where the Eagles
I like Proctor.
Yeah, so Proctor he's a tough one, man. And he is a player that I talk with a lot of Southeast scouts about because the ability is undeniable. Like if you take his 10 best plays from from last year, from the year before, and you say, man, like this guy, he blows people off the ball. For a guy who's 350 pounds, how well he moves, and you see like that doesn't look like 350. Right? Mm-hmm. Like he is a big kid who is put together. Now, he has had issues with weight in the past, and there's been plenty of reporting on this. So I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here, that he was up like close to 400 pounds early on in his career at certain points. So I think when you're looking at that is going to be one thing. That said, he's played through injury. He had torn labrum in 2024 as a sophomore, played through it the entire year. He hurt it in September and played through it and was still moving guys in the SEC off the ball consistently. He's a freak show athlete. There is some like Mekhi Becton there where it's like, all right, if it doesn't work, is it going to work out a tackle? Can you completely depend on him? If it doesn't, like, can he go into guard and become like a real mauler? I think there's a lot of faith in him doing that. It's a matter of like, we know what the ceiling is. What is the floor? If it doesn't work, like, what are you working with? And I do think that the floor is high enough that he's still going to go in the top 25.
How concerned are you without Stout? To when you're talking about an O lineman that's going to needs to get developed, when you lose the best, there's concern there.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be seeds of doubt without Stout, right? I think at the end of the day, the Eagles are going to lean on their development, player development team, and they've got, obviously you bring in a new offensive line coach and Chris Cooper, and I don't know how that's going to go from his standpoint, but that team that the one, and again, for fans you'll recognize like a Connor Barwin, that group where basically they are tasked with taking those young players under their wing, finding specific areas of their game that they've got to improve on. That's if you draft an offensive lineman early and he's going to be on the bench that first year, that player development team is going to be very hands-on with that player to make sure that when his number is called, that he is ready. And what are the biggest weaknesses? How do we improve on those? And you're doing that day after day, week after week. So they're going to lean on their player development team that they've got a lot of faith in. And we'll see how that works out. But absolutely, you don't feel as good about it without Jeff Stoutland in the building. So it's going to be, but it's not like they haven't developed anybody else in other positions. Like that team has done a great job with defensive linemen and linebackers and wide receiver. You go down guys at different positions across the board. And so you just kind of throw this position in with the rest.
Yeah. All right, give me a defensive guy or two that you like.
Let's see. I would say at linebacker, one guy I feel really good about, and I don't think the Eagles are going to spend a high pick on linebacker, but Jacob Rodriguez, I think, really kind of cemented himself as a day 2 pick. This is a guy that got Heisman votes in the fall. He's just extremely well rounded. We'll go to the deep. Let's go to the secondary, because that's a position that a lot of people have mocked to the Eagles, and I've said numerous times, I really do think that a lot of these high picks are going to go towards offense, but just in case they decide, hey, you know what, like this corner is too good to pass up on. To me, my guy right now in this draft is Avion Terrell, the corner from Clemson, and he's a little bit on the undersized side of the spectrum. He was right around 190 pounds. He's a little bit shorter, but his brother AJ Terrell has been a really good corner in the league for a few years. I do think that there's something to be said for. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Dane Brugler over at The Athletic, who calls it like the little brother theory, where it's like, and we've seen this where. You're the little brother of a guy that has a lot of athletic success, and you're always tagging around that guy, right? They growing up, you were playing with the older kids, you're always playing with his friends, and he goes to college, and you pick up his workout regimen. He goes on to the NFL, and it's like, I'm learning how to watch film. Plenty of stuff written about Avion Terrell, and he's talked about it a lot of like all the things he's done, kind of following in his brother's footsteps. And you watch the film. And this guy's phenomenal. I mean, he's phenomenal. He can match up in one-on-one. I compared him to Jair Alexander when he was coming out of Louisville and what he became in the NFL. A guy that you can match up inside, outside. If he were there for the Eagles, to me, like there's a good chance that he would be the best player on my board. But do you want to go defense again and put another high asset into that room? I do think that that's a worthwhile argument to have.
Hey, I got one question about tight end. What do you think of Jolly?
I like it. So this is Justin Jolie, like Angelina Jolie.
Jolie,
excuse me. Yeah, he's a good player. He's a good pass catcher. I think that he checks the box as a blocker. Like I don't think he's going to be like an enforcer there, but I also don't think that it's as bad as some of the tight ends we've seen in Philadelphia in the last couple of years. Like, I don't think it's quite to that level. But if you tell me that he's going to block to the level of Zach Ertz, like at his best, I would say that that's probably. And Zach Ertz was the starting tight end for years, certainly on a Super Bowl team, and can be that guy. So I do think that in terms of pass catching weapons in this class, he's probably a day 2 guy, in my opinion. But I do like Justin Jolie, former receiver, began at UConn. I will say this: all 4 years in college, 2 years at UConn, 2 years at NC State. He has
NC State.
Like,
I was just looking at. I remember from NC State, and he stood out to me. Like he just, I caught him a few times, and he just stood out to me.
Yeah, he's been the focal point of the passing game basically all 4 years. Like if not the leading receiver, then like second leading receiver all 4 years in college.
Yeah, that's interesting. Freddie, man, we could do it all day long. Every week on the clock, we love it, man. There's nothing like on the clock with you. Make sure you get Freddie's draft guide. He's busy just working and grinding. He's a grinder. We love you, buddy. I love this stuff.
Oh, you can go all day, guys. I appreciate it. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, pal. There he is. Franny Films.
Dude, like this is just worth the $36 for the Die Hard stuff. Just Franny. He's like the I don't know what's that movie with the guy writes stuff all over the wall, the chalkboards. And
Beautiful
stuff.
mind.
Yeah, that's what he is.
Yes,
he's a beautiful football mind.
Yes, it really is.
Actually, we had a couple of people in the chat say they're going to write his name into Philly Mag because he should be top Philly 25.
I love that. I love it. I think that's great. All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick TO. We come back. We'll be joined by Baldy. Yeah, Baldy.
Can't wait for his stories.
Baldy. Let's talk about Parks Casino. Yeah. Great place for a night of headline entertainment. World-class dining. Guys' night out, girls' night out, date night. Tickets still available for these acts. You ready? Tracy Morgan. March 14th coming up. How about April 3rd? Cheap Trick. Didn't you just go see them or something?
Saw them last year with Rod Stewart. They were amazing.
Look at that. That's VG. He knows his music. April 18th, Melissa Etheridge. May 14th, The Wallflowers. Andrew Dice Clay. The Dice Man. Hickory Dickory Dock, VG.
Oh.
McCartney Live. Tribute to Paul McCartney, June 12th. July 24th, the Gene Simmons Band. August 29th, Australian Pink Floyd. November 13th, Grand Funk Railroad. ParksCasino.com to buy tickets for all shows. Parks Casino. This is how you win. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Well, that's why I've been loving what Wawa's doing these days. Hey, you ever have one of those days you're running so much you realize you forgot to eat? Well, that's why I've been loving what Wawa's doing these days. Wawa now has $5 deals all day long. Honestly, it makes life so much easier. You're starting early. You grab the $5 big breakfast meal deal. We're talking breakfast sandwich, hash brown, any size hot or iced coffee. That's a full morning win for $5, 5 to 11. Then later in the day, the value keeps rolling. Crispy chicken sandwich created your way, $5. And they even got new teriyaki recipes. Love the teriyaki for a limited time. It's real food, real value, built for busy days. No planning, no overthinking. Swing in, grab what you need, and keep it moving. Start your day strong. Fuel up whenever you need Wawa's $5 deals. Limited time, exclusive supply. See Wawa.com for details. Gotta have Wawa. Gotta have Wawa. Oh, I do. I have my coffee. I love my Wawa. I go in. So there's so many. There's funny the barista says to me, you know, and I love her. I know her. I walk in and this double espresso is for you, right? Like, yeah,
psycho.
Yeah.
This is for my psycho friend.
This is for my 24-ounce coffee. Joining us now, the legends. You want to talk about grinding? He's in grind mode. He got his vacation in.
Yeah.
Right? He's refreshed. And now he's back in football mode. Baldy.
Baldy. Oh, let's talk some football. Baldy. Oh, he likes meats and football. Oh, Baldy.
On the Xfinity Mobile call-in line, Baldy. He's got the gum. He's chewing the gum. Look at that.
Oh, man. Love
I'm working it, cuz. I'm working. Morning, man. Morning, guys.
Man, he looks like he's about to steal some bites from me.
Let's go.
Oh, you know, this is it, man. This is Draft Central right here. I mean, it all goes right through here. I got the players on every screen. I got my top 100 players back there, and I'm just going through them position by position.
So I love it. When I hopefully tomorrow, let me know about tomorrow.
Yeah, you make time tomorrow, cuz.
Yeah, because I'm gonna come grind with Baldy tomorrow.
I like watching videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for the invite.
No,
I'll bring meat.
No, no bean guys.
I'll bring meat.
Baldy doesn't like bean guys.
I'll be on a Beyond Burger, a plant-based burger. I'll bring over.
No plant-based anything with Baldy.
Leave that at the front door.
Yeah.
Let the dogs have that.
You're out. You're out, Tom. You're out. All right, let's go. There's so much to go. Before we get to your top 100, because I want to dive into your top 100 players. Before we do that, anything, because everybody talks to you, brother. Anything you wrapping up the combine, your time in Indy, back in the NFL network, the whole thing, any little nuggets that you heard?
I talked to Sean Payton. He's a big fan of my shark videos. I told him, like, it reminds me of watching Nick Benito, and Zach Allen. I go, that's a shark attack. Led the league in sacks. I wasn't really digging. I wasn't really digging for information. Like, I kind of honestly, I have a group of people I go over to watch the drills with, but I like to sit in the end zone, man, and just watch it myself. I'm not really into a whole lot of banner. Like, I just want to see these guys move. Like, for example, like, this isn't a position of need for the Eagles, but like, Notre Dame has a lot of good players on offense. Malachi, these guys are, left guard is really good. Tight end is really good. The backup running back, Price is good. You watch Jeremyah Love.
Oh, dude.
As soon as you turn it on, like, you go, oh, that guy just moves different than everybody. Like, is he better than Bijan? I don't know, but he reminds me of watching Bijan, coming out. You could say,
let me stop you real quick there, because I love Jeremyah Love. All right, I absolutely watch him every week. Right, just see what is underrated is his explosion. Like, he's got incredible. It's underrated. Like, he'll take it to the house. He doesn't look like it. Boom, he's gone. Like, he's that kind of back.
He just moves different than everybody. As soon as you turn it on, you go, oh, like, if you didn't know anything about Jeremyah Love, and you didn't know if he was number 4, you had no idea. Like, literally, my 93-year-old mother, she could find Jeremyah Love in 2 plays.
Yeah.
Like, it's just that, it's that striking.
Yeah.
Now, then you find out what kind of kid he is, how he tested. Like, for example, like him and Price, Jadarian, like, they're the number 1 and number 2 running backs in this whole draft. But, like, I'm watching the running backs run, and they go through all their tests and short shuttles and vertical jump, the whole thing. And then there's a gap between the next group of guys coming in. And there's Love and Price catching extra balls at wide receiver, like, on their own. Like, they but I don't think they did it to show anything more than they just wanted to work. Like, they're just workers, but they're talented. Both of them are talented. But
it's funny because they were pretty much, now Love always got the majority, but they were a split backfield.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
no, you watch the Texas A&M. Like, one of the, I know you know this, cuz, but one of the best college games of the year was Texas A&M and Notre Dame. It was it was in the rain. It was a 34-34 over. Like, here comes Jeremyah Love. He breaks the tie. Here comes A&M down the field. But, like, Price had 2 touchdown runs, and both of them were awesome runs in that game.
Yeah, it was week 2.
They did rotate.
And it was week 2 of the season. Like,
it was early.
They got robbed, dude. Like, honestly, I wanted to see them in the playoffs because I thought they were a very good football team. I really did. And they got robbed. They played Miami to a standstill with a freshman quarterback. And week 2, you're talking about that A&M, another playoff team that was very good. 3 receivers, Marcel Reed at quarterback. Like, you got to give Notre Dame's defense a chance. It's why I hate the early losses penalizing these teams.
Well, look, that got addressed, when they put the whole playoff thing together. And, like, honestly, you're going to put some of these, these other teams in the playoffs when Jeremyah Love is just waiting to explode, in January.
All right, let's go offense. We talked about backs. Now you do your color codes.
It's kind of loose, cuz I do. I mean, I had my first round picks in blue. Like, I had a couple blanks, like Jacob Rodriguez should be in blue. There's a couple guys I'm just going off the top of my head, putting it together. So it's like, I know people are all over me, but in reds, red is basically second day players, the way I looked at it. And it's early. Like, I mean, it's March 2nd or 3rd, whatever. Like, give me a chance to like really watch some of these guys,
Well, let's go quarterback. Obviously, Mendoza's going early. You know what's funny? Yeah, Simpson, I can't get there with him, dude. I don't like him.
Well, look, I mean, he put on a good show at the combine. He's got a good arm. Because I just have a problem, I just have a problem with guys that started 15 games. It's just not enough work.
Me too.
Like, he should be playing football this year.
Yes.
He needs another year. Like, I mean, because honestly, like, there's some games you're going to play at Alabama where, honestly, if you just roll the ball out in the middle of the field, you're going to win the game. Now, you're going to get tested, LSU, Georgia, you're going to get tested in some games. But honestly, it's just not enough work. Like, you look at the history of these guys with really 1 year of starting. It's just not enough right now.
No, it's not enough work. Not now. Not when you have all these quarterbacks that are staying and this just getting reps, man, just getting better. I'm completely with you. What do you think of Aller? Because I physically, again, all the tools, could throw it a mile, not a bad athlete either, got the size. Obviously, he failed in a lot of those tests on the field. Not great quarterback development at that program. How do you assess his, what he can be?
Well, I went to Penn State's pro day last year. We were looking at, the tight end and looking at a couple guys, right? And, and Drew was throwing that day. He had a couple receivers and I'm just watching him throw the ball. He can throw it a mile. I mean, he's got all the size, all the arm, everything you need. Now, he got hurt this year, and that's unfortunate. He in big games, he did not play well.
No,
against
Oregon,
Ohio State, some games,
overtime.
Oregon, actually, this year against Oregon, he wasn't bad. I mean, they had a chance to win that game for sure.
But he makes that horrible decision in overtime.
He made a bad decision, no question. So, you got to knock him for some of the decision making and how he played in some of the games. But I'd love to see him, second or third round. I'd love to see somebody take him that knows how to develop.
Yes.
I'd just love to see somebody that says, okay, like, have a seat here, young man.
Yes.
Here's our scout team. This is your job this year.
Yes.
Go beat our scout team. Go let me hear what the scout team is saying about you, to seeing you every day. I just love to see that kid, get an opportunity like that where there's no pressure to play. You're young. You got all the tools you need. Now let's learn how to play the position.
I love that. I think he goes to a situation like that, he becomes a player in this league. I'm convinced. I'm convinced.
He's got the talent. He flat out has the talent to do it.
All right, let's look at two positions. Especially the Eagles are going to need both positions. Start with tight end. The problem is they're never going to get the difference maker this year, who is I love him, and he's just all world, is Sadiq, and Kenyon will go well before the Eagles.
Well, the Eagles picked 23. Now, they've got impressive compensatory picks. They got an extra third for Milton Williams. They got a fourth for Josh Sweat. They got a fifth for Mekhi Becton. Like, how he did his work. They've got ammunition, all right? You could take your 23rd pick and package it with one or two of those, and I think you can move up. I don't know if he's going to go top 10, just because I think, the edge rushers, the linebackers, some of these stars in this draft right now, for Fernando, obviously, but like, I just feel like, man, if he's sitting there at 13, let's just say he's sitting there at 13. I don't know if he is or not, but I couldn't take my eyes off the guy. Like, you just watching him warm up the other day. I think I actually showed something of him warming up, but like when he ran his 40, like, I didn't look at the clock. I just wanted to see if I could see it. I remember one time I was doing a draft show or a Senior Bowl show with LaDainian Tomlinson, and Bijan was coming out. So he's playing, So I said, maybe it was the Combine show I was doing with LT. But anyways, I said, what's Bijan going to run? He goes, he's running a 4.43. And I think he ran a 4.42. So I just remember sitting there talking to LT, picking his brain, whatever. And I go, I I just want to see Sadiq run, and I want to guess his time. And when I saw him run, I go, that's 4.4. Now, it turned out to be 4.39. But he just looks 4.4, and then you watch him block down the field. Maybe not in line as a true Y, because he didn't do a lot of that. But, when he comes in motion, he's the lead blocker. When he's in the slot and he's going out picking off linebackers, he's really good. He's strong, really strong. He's a powerfully built, strong, fast, explosive kid that I can't. If he's in the right offense, he's going to catch 100 balls.
Yeah. Yes.
There's so many ways to get him the football. There's just so many ways.
It'll be
It could
interesting
be fly sweeps. It could be hitches.
Yeah.
There could be tunnel screens. There's just ways to get a guy that with that type of explosive step, you got to get the ball in his hands.
It'll be interesting at 9 because Kansas City picks at 9, right?
They need to tackle the worst way.
Who's there?
They just let the right tackle go. Is it too early for a tackle to go at 9? You know how Andy wants to build his team. They need edge rushers in the worst way.
Yeah.
Andy's he's looking at the trenches and he's looking at the edges. Is that now? I know Kelsey's going to move on. Do they keep that thing going with Sadiq? It's possible. I could see Andy doing that, but he has other needs right now as well.
Well, the edge thing will be interesting because if one of those edge guys slips and falls to 9, that may be the spot. I think it's too early for the run of tackles. I don't think you're getting the value at 9 that you would. And to your point,
I'm not in love with the group.
You know,
I'm not in love with the group of tackles. I'm not. In fact, I texted Lane yesterday. I watched the top 10 guys yesterday, and I told Lane, I just sent him a text. I go, Lane, you better prepare to play 2 more years. Your replacement is not in this draft. And I was kind of tongue in cheek,
right?
But I was like, you better get yourself ready. I don't think they're going to find the replacement for him.
I don't either. There's a lot. There's more projects than anything, and I got no stout for the project.
Well, I got to see what Chris Cooper does. He's a former player. I'm not going to,
Lane said. Nothing against Chris Cooper. I know. I just know I got stout.
Yeah, you know what you could do with Stout.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if Stout had to build his resume, okay, and what he has done in his 13 years in the NFL, it starts with Jordan Mailata, right? I mean, there's a long list. But it starts with a guy that never played the game and is a Pro Bowl player. That's really.
Yeah. Let's look receiver. Because that's another area where, especially if they trade AJ, you're looking at, you're going to have to be getting receivers.
Yeah.
So which receivers pop to you? I mean, obviously Tate. Yeah, there's a lot of. I like Tyson. I worry about his health, but I like him as a player.
Yeah, but the injury history is real. Now his agent hit me up the other day, and he's like, he's going to have a clean bill of health. I'm like, fine, but there is real history there, including not running because of a hamstring issue. I don't know if that's he just kind of scares me. Malachi Fields is big, good-looking guy out there. I mean, you could keep going through. I know you're not a Concepcion fan, and I know. I think he's a gadget player. He's a great kid. He's a great kid with an explosive step. But I don't.
You see what I see, right?
Yes.
With him?
Yes. I see what you see.
Yeah.
I see what you see.
Yeah.
So, he's not. He might go at the very bottom of the first round, but I think even if the Eagles stay at 23, it's too rich for that right there. I think he's I don't. It just doesn't. I know they went with Devontae and they paid AJ, and I guess it depends on really what happens with AJ. Cause if AJ stays and they don't trade him, there's no need at that position.
Right. I agree. What do you think of Gio, of Bernard? I
don't really have much of an educated opinion at this point right now.
Maybe tomorrow we'll do.
We'll put it, and you make a list of your guys that you want to watch, cuz I'll punch them right up.
Fired up.
Yeah.
Freaking love it.
Just how many shots of espressos in that cup there, cuz? You still on 7? Well, how many? Like we can make that happen here. That's not a problem.
9.
You're up to 9. Well, we can either make it hot or ice it down. Whatever you want. We'll make it happen.
Hot, baby. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Nobody knows offensive linemen like you know every position, but especially the O-line. Like you just see their movement. Like you see it differently than anybody else. Of those guys, who would you take a shot with? And it may be a J2 guy that you're looking at, and you go, "This is something." Like it's funny. Like Proctor, obviously, big school, big program, weight issues. Like I don't know how to reconcile that. Give me a guy that you go, all right, with the right everything, he's a guy I would invest in.
Well, the kid, Iheanachor, I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Yeah.
Like that kid is talented, man. He's a talented kid. Now, hasn't played a ton yet, but you watch him and you're like, okay, he's got some heavy hands. He's got good movement. Like he's a good athlete. He pops. Now, the 2 Utah kids, Lomu he's 19 freaking years old.
Yeah.
You know, and he moved Fano over to right tackle because he was so good at left. But then when you watch their offense, you're like, they don't have to do much in that offense. The ball's out so fast, cuz like there is no forget about 7-step drops. There's no 5-step drops. Like they have to stand there for 2 seconds and the ball's gone. Like it's a frustrating offense to watch. Like a lot of teams with these guys. I'm not in love with either one. Like I think they both have talent. You know, and they both like Spencer Fano was the Polynesian High School Player of the Year. Like he's got a rich history. Can he beat Panay? He might. He's not right now, but he could. I don't see the movement, but Kadyn Proctor, like you watch these games. Like I watched him against the Georgia game, SEC championship. He didn't have a bad play. Like so he came to offensive line masterminds the last 2 years. So I've gotten to know the kid. Like 2 years ago, Tyler Booker, him, they're all there. And I love Booker. So it was a good pick for Dallas. He's a solid kid. But Proctor is super smart. So he's there last year, and I see, and Tony Baselli is there. So I said, let me put Baselli with Proctor. All right? Because Baselli likes him, but he doesn't love him. Like coming into this year. So Baselli basically read in the riot act. He goes, man, if you don't get your weight under control, if you don't play every snap like it's your last, if you don't show me more consistency, I ain't drafting you. And they need a tackle. And I feel like that conversation with Tony, like he wasn't sugarcoating anything to him. I sat there with him. And James Gladstone, the GM of Jacksonville, we were all huddled up together. And I heard Tony talking to him. And he's a good kid. He's coachable. He's very smart. He's played a lot of football. I think he's a left tackle. Nobody has more power than he does.
Yeah.
Nobody moves bodies like he does. Like he's my number one tackle right now. Now it might change. Like I might watch more and more, and they might juggle. But I'm kind of cross-checking with a couple of guys that are respecting his business, and they all have him. Now, you go to Miami with Marinoa, and when I watch him, like he's a powerful Polynesian kid. But when I watch him, I go, he's a guard all day long. He's a Pro Bowl guard. Like, I don't know. Like, I know he's 6'5", and he's got all the measurables you want, but he just plays like he's a guard. He looks like a guard. Like, he looks like when, what's his name, came out of Notre Dame. Not Quentin, but the guy that just retired from Dallas.
Yeah.
The right guard.
Yeah.
He reminds me of him when he came out of Notre Dame. I'm just blanking right now.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to be a Pro Bowl guard. But I'm not, and you know, he's a right tackle. You know, if you want to leave him at right tackle, like I remember when Deion Dawkins came out and everybody said he's going to be a guard, and you know the guy's just lining up every game, every year, and he's a Pro Bowl left tackle. So,
how about edge, buddy? Let's go a little edge because it's a very deep edge class, man. That's an interesting, and it's going to go in pockets. Like there's the early pocket of elite edge guys, but it doesn't end there. Like what excites me about this draft is it's so rich in edge.
Well, it kind of starts with David Bailey, and you run a 4.5 at 250 pounds. Like I met the kid this year doing a game out at in Lubbock, and he's a good kid. I mean, literally, like they paid him $4 million to go play it. They got money, right? Oil money. So
they got the billionaire in charge.
Okay, billionaire, right, with a B. So I find out, I'm there kind of doing my homework on the kid. The kid got an apartment across the street from the practice facility, an apartment. Like he wanted the closest distance to the workout facility that there was. Like that's all he wanted to do. Work out, go play football. Like he didn't want he's a focused kid. And I think he's his first step quickness. I never like to compare any of these kids to like what Hall of Fame, like Von Miller's going to be a Hall of Fame player, obviously. He's going to walk into the Hall of Fame. But he reminds you a lot of when Von came out.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to Von, I go to a sack summit every year, and he's like, Baldy, like the most important thing as a pass rusher is your first step. You get your first step, and then you watch him spin and you watch him ghost and you watch him club and rip and swipe, and he's got all the moves. But that first step is an electric first step. Like it's a good starting point. And I don't believe anybody has a first step that I've seen. Bain doesn't have it.
No.
But there's good. Keldrick Falk doesn't have it. His first step, like he doesn't always get home because the ball is out so fast in college.
Yeah.
But man, he's on. You watch him against good players.
Yeah.
And he's on the edge. He's getting these guys turned so quickly because of that speed.
Yeah, he is, and God forbid, like he gets a matchup, you're cooked. Your offense is cooked for the day. Like if he gets his matchup and you got a slow tackle, you're dead.
Well, honestly, like I don't always want to come back to Lane, but Lane's always said to me, he goes, "Look, you want to win the 100-meter dash, you better have a great start." So he has the best start in all of football. That's why he rarely gets beat. And then he's an elite athlete who's always on his feet. But it's the same thing for an edge rusher. Like you watch Nick Benito is not, he's put up great numbers.
Yeah.
But he's a great pass rusher because of his first step. Like his step, you play in that building in Denver at Mile High with those fans in a lead, like he's going to get his numbers. They're going to come. And I feel like that's what Bailey's going to do. Like I think he's got a better first step than, the kid that came out of Penn State last year.
Yeah.
Like he's got an electric first step. Now, there's other guys. Bain reminds me of Brandon Graham, like a little bigger, thicker Brandon Graham. Like you could play him inside, like he did in the national championship game against Indiana. He could win. Like he is a powerful kid that's got good suddenness to his game. Now his arms are too short for people. I get that, but he can still bend the corner as good as anybody. Like I don't think that's going to stop him from.
I don't think so either. Like I get it, and I'm not saying it's not important, but I'm with you. I like the kid. I think the kid's explosive. Now I do think he could be really good inside because of that. Because I think he's got explosiveness. He's got great legs, strong as all get out, great lower half, and I think he actually could be kind of special inside. I do. I can see it.
Well, I mean, if you think about just Brandon, like when he came, Andy drafted him, right? They moved up to draft him, 2012, I think. But anyways, they played him at a 1 technique and a 3 technique inside. Eventually went outside. But the biggest play ever made, was in a Super Bowl taking Brady down. And, he was inside as a pass rusher there. And so I do think there's a lot of flexibility. But the kid opposite of Akeem, the kid opposite him at Miami is a really good player. Like he's got ability. Cassius Howe at Texas A&M is a top 25 player. Like there's Kedrick Falk at Auburn got all the length and size that you're looking for.
He's like a specimen. Falk's a specimen kid. Like I just don't know about what's here. Like that would be my question. But I mean, the kid looks the part.
He's like, he wins the airport battle, like you put him, you put him in a pair of shorts and t-shirt and let him all go out there. He's going to raise some eyebrows now.
Yeah.
Hey, can I just give you this nug I found?
Sorry, I mean,
No, last night while you're on these arms, I was in a deep dive of arm length because I was looking at Spencer Fano or Fanozo. He got like 32 and an eighth or whatever.
Yeah.
But Ruben Bain measured at 30 and 7/8 inches.
Yep.
The guy who did this article says that he could not find any pass rushers who recorded a sack in the past 5 years with arms under 31 inches.
wow, really?
I don't know how accurate that is, but that is out there.
No. Listen, I've read the same thing, and I saw that nugget, during the combine, and it is a measurable that does have some merit, but he was the best football player on the field in the national championship game. I mean, maybe Mendoza because of the way he finished the game, but like he was the best player out there. Like he was all over the place and relentless, and I think the fact that he's being coached hard, and he's got a Hall of Fame coach coaching him every day, and you watch those guys drill in spring practice. Like there's no NFL practice he's going to go to, no scrimmage that's going to be harder than what they did that Cristobal had at Miami. Like he's been trained the right way. So, but maybe he's going to be the outlier.
Yeah.
Zach Martin.
Thank you.
Yeah. I hate that. It was like it was gonna drive me nuts the whole time. It drives me nuts. It's funny. How would you rate this draft? Because you're an incredible evaluator, like incredible draft guy. How would you rate this draft? Because, all right, let me just hear. Give it a letter grade. Overall totality.
Before I answer the question, how did Ohio State lose a game? Honestly, like you watch these kids, like everybody, and it's been like that now. But like you look at Reese and you look at Downs and you look at Styles, both Styles, and you look at the players, defensive tackles, you go, how did anybody score against them? How did they get beat?
I know. Well, the quarterback showed his youth.
Okay. Okay.
And listen, the best receiver in football is still in football. College football is still in college. It's Jeremiah Smith, right?
Yeah, right.
Quarterback. Listen, I like the quarterback. I think the quarterback's going to be good. It's a freshman, man.
I know. Fair enough. But like the talent. So I feel like the strength of this draft is the front seven. Like you look at the edge, the defensive tackles, you look at the inside linebackers. It's as good a front seven draft in totality at the top that we've seen in a long time. We're going to see inside linebackers go. Now, how will you want, I don't know what Arvell Reese is or Sonny Styles. Like, are they going to be edge guys? How are they going to use them? Are these guys Micah? Like, I don't know all of that yet, but we're seeing more of this. Jahad Campbell played like that. Jalen Walker last year played like that. We didn't really see Campbell do much off the edge. They didn't really let him do much, but I do think there's pass rush ability there. Both these guys have it at Ohio State. This is a talented front seven draft. You want to build your defense in that group. Like you're going to have a lot of really good players.
Great assessment. It's a great assessment. Like it's a front seven. It's a receiver. I think back-end receivers. I think back-end tackles. Like that's where the depth is.
Like I don't see Trent. I don't see Lane. I don't see some of these guys that tackle that are Hall of Fame players. Now it's early. Like I said, Lomu, he's freaking 19 years old.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know my ass from my elbow when I was 19.
Right.
Nobody does. This kid's out there playing left tackle, against elite players. I like to see what that kid's going to look like when he's 21.
I'm with you. I think the same thing. I look at it and I go, once he gets developed, once he's in a good place, it's so funny, Baldy. Everything is about we go with the draft and we do that. Unless you come from a great program and you got great position coaches and you're really prepared to enter, so much is about development. Like development.
Why do you think I put this shirt on for a reason today? Like this is it. Okay, here's your lump of clay, coach. Now, unfortunately, there's a lot of bad coaches at every level, the college level. These coaching, the coaching carousel obviously turned like we've never seen it turn before. But if you just think about the NFC East right now, both coordinators changed in Washington. Offensive coordinator and staff changed in Philly. Defensive coordinator and staff changed in Dallas. Everything changed in New York. That's one division.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like just the turnover.
Yeah.
Right now. And like I was at I was either at the Hula Bowl or the All-American Bowl. I can't remember right now. In Florida this year. And I'm watching this defensive back coach that's not in the league and not in college. And I'm watching this kid coach these defensive backs. I'm like, that guy belongs coaching corners in the NFL. Like I learned things just sitting there in the morning, watching him go through the tape with him. And like, so some of these things, whether it's because of nepotism or they're just trying to bounce, like all these staffs are inflated, but who's doing the teaching?
Right.
You know, and is it getting through?
Right.
You know, just think about your learning years, right? Like you can count the number of great teachers you had probably on one hand.
Yes.
Of all the teachers you had. And I felt same thing in the NFL. Like the number of great coaches I had, I couldn't count. Like they're not as many as you think.
That is so on point. I love that you wore that shirt today because it's so right. It truly is. It truly is. In that league, and you see it. Like you see.
Well, I mean, if you look at Seattle right now.
Yeah, I was going to bring them up. Yeah.
I mean, you talk to Mike McDonald. I mean, we've seen him all over the TV on, during the draft, during the combine, whatever. Like when he talks to you, he's just like a normal guy, except that his philosophy and how it is congruent from the top all the way down. And how they, like John Benton was the offensive line coach there. He did a phenomenal job. Graves Abel could have been in the Pro Bowl easily. But he was with the Jets, and their line was terrible. But, like, it starts at the top. And so it's not just how you teach. It's what your coach wants you to teach and how it penetrates. And everybody learns differently.
Yeah.
You got to know. Some guys are obviously, some guys are visual learners. And they got to watch tape. Some guys, you've got to like physically walk them through it to understand it. Everybody's different. And so how you get your messages across, it's so important.
Yeah. It's just great. I can't wait to see you tomorrow, brother. It's the greatest. It's the favorite time.
I got a seat right here for you, cuz I got all the espresso you need, and I got a chair for you. We got screens all over the place.
Let's go.
Bring your list of guys. Bring your list, cuz we'll go through them.
Thank you, brother. Can't wait.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Okay, buddy.
Love you, buddy.
Yep.
The great Baldy. I can't
Relax, man. Relax.
Come on, man. I'm gonna we would have watched out Thursday.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna tackle you. Dude, I can't. I'm sorry. I just love this stuff.
No, I know, man.
You know?
I know.
We're gonna have a blast. Let's go grind football. Let's take a quick TO, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's talk about our friends. Let's talk about staying in the game. If pain is slowing you down, knee, shoulder, back, whatever it is, you don't just have to deal with it. The team at Rothman Orthopedics has you covered. They've been recognized as the #1 physician practice in the country by Castle Connolly for having the most top doctors in orthopedic care. That's elite expertise, trusted nationwide. Getting started is easy. You head over to RothmanOrtho.com/PHLY. RothmanOrtho.com/PHLY. Schedule your appointment today. You don't know what type of specialist to schedule with? Use their fast schedule program to quickly connect with their VIP scheduling team to get you set up with the appropriate specialist for the injury that you got. Rothman now. You get immediate access to an orthopedic expert for guidance when you need it. At Rothman Orthopedics, your mobility is their mission. Book today, RothmanOrtho.com/PHLY. Get back to doing what you love to do, pain-free.
Attention homeowners. It's time to make your home work smarter, not harder. With a TrueMark Financial home equity line of credit, you can tap into your home's equity to handle renovations, upgrades, or whatever's next on your list. Do a man cave, pay off some high-interest debt. A TrueMark Financial HELOC Select gives you the flexibility to borrow when you need it on your own timeline. You start with a revolving line of credit, use only what you need, and when you're ready, you can lock in all or part of your balance at a fixed rate for those predictable payments. You only pay interest on what you use, and as you pay it back, that credit becomes available again. No reapplying, no extra steps. With competitive rates compared to most unsecured loans and flexible repayment options, this could be a smart move for your home and, more importantly, your wallet. Learn more about TrueMark Financial's home equity line of credit at TrueMark.com or stop by one of their 24 branch locations to get started. TrueMark Financial, they are federally insured by the NCUA. They are an equal opportunity lender, NMLS 404938.
Hey, is this is it me or is it freezing in here?
Freezing in here. I'm
What, I got the air
out to
on?
get my hoodie. I got to go check.
Did somebody get the air conditioner on?
It should
This
not
place
be
is what?
on. The heat should be on.
It's heat.
It's heat. Yeah.
There's no heat.
There's no way.
There's no heat.
It's not.
freeze.
then.
And then like the cold air is blowing in. I feel like I'm outside.
I know.
I'm so sick of the cold.
I know. Me
So
too.
sick of it.
Me too. I'm
Gotta
with
be the
you.
last day of the freezing.
You know, I'm not sick of Billadelphia. Let's take a visit to Billadelphia.
We are at the Combine, and what that means is that all of the league's decision makers are here. Howie is meeting and talking to the other GMs from the other teams, the agents around the league. And so what the Eagles have done is they have basically soft said, this is the week where if you want to talk about A.J. Brown, let's discuss it this week.
Yep.
And I think the Eagles will know by the end of this week whether or not they are going to trade A.J. Brown.
If it is widely known that Howie Roseman is gauging the league's interest in meeting his price for star receiver A.J. Brown, how can the Eagles bring him back even if a team doesn't step up to meet him? In what could be a last chance for franchise legend Lane Johnson, the last ride with DC Vic Fangio, and maybe even a crossroads for the head coach Nick Sirianni himself, how can you bring back A.J. Brown if the main issue is the drama surrounding him to begin with? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Billadelphia, presented by Togo. Now, I have been solidly against the idea of trading AJ, but his drop-filled performance against the 49ers and a few questionable plays leading up to the playoffs has opened the door to me being at least okay with it, assuming Howie makes a subsequent move to bolster the receiving core after moving your number one guy. But now that it's public, now that it has been reported as a possibility, doesn't it have to happen? How can you put the locker room and coaching staff in the position of dealing with this situation, even if a team doesn't meet your exact price tag? The fact that Bo Wolf is saying this is what the Eagles are doing at the Combine, it is what they are using this week for, that has created a situation in which this isn't just speculation, and therefore it has to happen. Even if there isn't a direct move lined up to replace the man who has put up 32 touchdowns and over 5,000 yards in his 4 seasons with the Eagles, this feels inevitable. And that's a bummer because A.J. Brown has been awesome in Midnight and Kelly Green. But now we have to trust Howie to get the absolute most in return because you cannot bring back a malcontent after openly shopping him like this. It would feel an awful lot like, I don't know, drafting a quarterback in the second round while a quarterback on a monster contract is still here, which was a situation that happened and ultimately resulted in the firing of the organization's first Super Bowl winning head coach. I have to believe Howie learned from that experience, and that means if this trade talk is out there, which it is, it will eventually be consummated. There are no other options. And again, that makes me sad because I am a big A.J. Brown fan, but I'm a bigger Eagles fan, and this has to happen.
Oh, thank you, Billy. We appreciate it, buddy. You liked your Wawa sweatshirt for sure. All right, let's get to our daily 5 for today. Are you ready, my main man?
I think so.
All right.
Hope so.
Here is your daily 5. 5 questions, chat. Chime in, chat. Number 1, Wemby is in town tonight.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Who would you pay to watch play against the home squad?
I did this recently. I did this year. I saw McJesus, Connor McDavid.
That's a great one.
And he was the fastest thing I've ever seen skates.
Yes.
Right.
Dude, McDavid, McKinnon.
Yeah.
I love to see play.
It was awesome.
There's a bunch of hockey guys I love to see. Tage Thompson, Buffalo.
Yep.
There's a lot of guys that I would, but that's a good one. Wemby's the guy that I if I didn't have baseball practice tonight,
go down.
I would take him down to see Wemby. Wemby, I'm fascinated by Wemby.
I might be looking for some cheap tickets tonight. I might see what's up.
Yeah, Wemby's a good one. Jules, there's someone you want to see baseball? Like I would see Skeens, Connor Griffin to see the
Skeens
kid.
was close, yeah.
Connor Griffin, Scooble.
Yeah.
You know. Question number 2. Name the Eagles' needs to address this offseason in order.
I think they need their future tackle. I'm looking at this year as kind of a reset.
Okay.
So I think they need a future tackle, a tight end, and a head coach.
Wow! Tackle, tight end, and AC.
I'm tired after you hear these interviews and who didn't really want to come here do the interviews. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
Wow, that was a left field, left hook.
I mean, when you see it, there was another story about 17 guys, like so few people wanted to really come here and be settled in with Nick. It's like, yeah, we got to move on past all this.
Yeah, I'm willing to just because it's not going to happen. So
yeah, we got 1 year. It's a reset after this.
You know,
yeah.
It's interesting. That was a left hook he gave me.
Mickey Durkin says Nick Sirianni 1, 2, 3.
Wow, the Durkin.
Lord Professor says head coach, OC, and then line.
Pretty good. Any who they would pay to watch?
I see McDavid's name real quick.
Yeah.
Skeens. Yeah. Some people said they wouldn't pay $1 to see anyone at the Sixers to give Josh Harris. They don't want to give Josh Harris any money.
The topic in Philadelphia sports that you're sick of hearing about.
Ooh, I didn't know it was just sports. So in sports,
I'll give you anything if you want.
I mean, I'm sick of hearing all the thing about the Philadelphia Delco accent. I'm just out on that whole story.
Dude,
I got fatigue of it.
I feel the same way.
It's like, all right, we
like
get
the
it.
water. If I hear water one more time.
Yeah, hoagie.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of it. But Topper. I'm tired of the Topper stinks narrative. It hasn't even started this season. I know by game 3, I'm going to have feeds of people saying Topper stinks.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Leave Topper alone.
A lot of people in the chat are just out on AJ Brown's story.
That's
AJ
my
Brown's story.
one.
AJ Brown's story.
Ben! Come here.
Yeah, AJ Brown.
I would agree. I'm completely tired of that. Let me give you the 5. Okay. All right? Come in with the camera. You can't, don't stand outside away from him. Say hello to Ben. Ben is our social media maven. All right? He's a great sportsman, Ben.
He's okay.
No, he is.
He's great. He's okay.
He is. He's
You
a great
called me.
sportsman.
You called me in here. Like,
I said you're a great sportsman.
oh, thank you.
What'd you think I said? I called you in here to do the 5.
Okay, all right, okay.
All right. Wemby, don't get now you want me to throw the ball at your face. Wemby is coming to town. Who would you pay to see play the home squad?
As in pay to see the Sixers, like against the Sixers.
Yeah, like whoever. Could be
Steph Curry.
Could be baseball. Could be, okay,
Steph Curry.
Could be baseball.
Shohei Ohtani. Aaron Judge.
Could be hockey.
How many guys do I get? Is that
somebody else you want?
I feel like I'm in good shape here. Football, I mean, everyone's got a guy in football. You know what I mean?
All right.
Mahomes.
All right. That's good. Okay. Give me the Eagles' needs to address in order.
Okay, tight end, offensive line, edge rusher.
All right. Tell them yours, VG.
Tackle the future, tight end, and head coach next year. He's got to go. And Lord Professor says,
I didn't know head coach was on the table.
I didn't know either.
I didn't know we were allowed to do
I got a good answer for you for the next one.
Okay.
All right. The topic in Philadelphia sports you're sick of hearing about.
AJ Brown. Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
That was our
So Lord Professor's tired of hearing the story that Nick Sirianni is a good coach. He's so tired of that lie.
All right, VG, stay here, Ben. Question number 4. Give me 3 athletes you actively root against.
I sent this in the chat this morning.
Draymond Green, Brandon Nimmo, and the entire collection of Notre Dame athletes.
Wow. CJ Stroud, one season of good play, went on a podcast tour.
Yeah.
He said he was in the top 5 quarterbacks.
Yes.
Just way too arrogant after one season.
Agreed.
Aaron Glenn, not a player, but like you can't fall asleep at the combine. You can't do that.
Yeah, no, that's a violation.
You just can't have that happen.
That's a stone violation.
Rory McIlroy would be my favorite.
Why Rory?
Yeah, because he's very controversial. Sometimes he goes on some stretches where he's good, and then there's other times he's grabbing phones from fans and like taking them, people taking videos of him. Very polarizing.
Yeah, I like Rory.
Other honorable mentions.
Fan of the laddie.
Jose Altuve.
Okay.
You just, I mean, like the entire Astros and the
prepped. It's why I wanted you to do this. You're a prep dude.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm a sports guy.
You
as
are.
you said. Amon-Ra St. Brown sometimes just puts way too much stock into flag football. Like he was really hype about his California flag football. Yeah.
I'm with you.
And then Jason Tatum.
I hate Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I
That's
hate
good.
Jason Tatum. Yeah.
You want Ernie Clement.
Yeah. Because he just always seems to perform well against the Phillies, the Yankees.
Yeah.
He's a good utility guy.
Yeah. And he went to your high school?
He did. He did go to my high school.
Wow. Why do you care that he performs well against the Yankees?
Because that's a great question. No comment.
All right.
That's a great question. No comment.
All right. Last question of 5. Give me the last thing you watched that was awesome. So mine was USA hockey game. All right. So I just give you some context.
Yeah,
Could be anything.
I wasn't going to say that. I am in the middle of season 4 of U.S. Traders, the reality show, and it is awesome. So good. Love it.
Traders.
Yeah.
U.S. Traders. What's it about?
Traders. It's like you're watching a live
Game show?
action murder mystery play out, and you got to figure out, like, there's a team trying to win money, and there's traders amongst them.
Oh, traders with a T.
Oh yeah. Traitors.
Traitors.
Traitors. Yes.
O-R-S.
Alan Cumming, great actor, he's the host of it. It's fun.
I thought
it's fun.
Like day trader type thing.
Mine is Sonny Styles combine workout. As we've said,
That's a sports guy.
as we've said, elite linebacker name, and you can tell, like Sonny Styles. I know the Eagles are not going to be able to pick him, but I mean, if he played, oh my God, yes, that'd be mine.
Ben used to run social media for the Packers.
Yep.
What was your one moment where you wanted to get away? I'm sure there's always snafus like in social media. Was there one mishap that you go, oh my God, I want to get on a plane like Southwest Airlines?
Like a mistake that was made? Yeah. So I can't believe I'm saying this on air, but that's fine. There was one time, like, we had to do a sponsored happy birthday post, and you have to get everyone on the roster. It's got to get sponsored. We go have our morning meeting. I do the sponsored post, think nothing of it. Turns out he got released an hour later, and it was a disaster. I had no clue that was happening. Total mistake. Everyone's like, the Packers wished him a happy birthday and then cut him an hour later. We ended up rebounding from it, but that was not a fun day at the office for sure.
I like it. I like it. Bad, great stuff, buddy. All right.
Chet, not a fan of his Mahomes answer. They said he got to boo this man.
You're not on mic. You know that, right? Yeah. I love that. Ben's so easy to get riled up. Every day during the office, I always have fun with Ben. How about it, Jules?
Yeah, all the time.
When I did that, I had a ball in my hand, and I went like this. like caught it.
Yeah.
Like this, and it was, and he flicked. He went like,
Yeah, it looked like you were throwing like a ball of plutonium at him or something.
Jules, last great thing you watched.
I just started watching Task, but I wouldn't put that on the list.
It's a very good. It's a great show.
Shows wise, sports wise.
You think about it.
Yeah.
You think about it. All right, couple things. Let's one, the daily grind. It's just I'll take it from you and let you have something.
No, slow night today.
Wemby over
everything.
Just go over points, over rebounds, over threes.
Now, will this be a thing where Brain will say you have to be careful because he may sit the fourth?
Yeah, maybe. But here's the thing. Even though I think the Spurs will probably blow sixes out, which I hope not, but I watched him. The Lakers sat everybody, had nobody, right, to guard him.
Yeah.
And he scored 24 points in the first quarter. He had 38 at halftime. All right?
Yes.
So my guess is Dembona, he has one of those games.
All right.
So just go over Wemby points and threes.
Okay.
Because there's no one can guard him out there.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I hate to do it, but that's the obvious in neon staring at you. All right. Let's go to our nugs. You get a nug?
We got time for like one, maybe two. Yep, we got something.
All right. VG's nugs.
VG's nugs. Nugs. It's just time for VG's nugs. VG's nugs.
By the way, Uncle Frank says Soul Power on Prime about the ABA.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
Is phenomenal.
Ooh.
Uncle Frank's got good taste.
Definitely want to watch it. June 21st, Phillies are doing their Father's Appreciation Night, giving out a hat. I hate the hat. I hate this hat. I hate the color of it. And then they also go with this new version of the hat where they all look the same. They just put the one little patch in the front of the team. You see it? It's real lazy, uncreative. Here's the hat.
Yeah, bad
I am
hat.
so out on this hat. I
Bad
don't
hat.
want it. If you're a good father, you deserve better. You deserve better than this
Bad
hat.
dad hat.
That's a bad, yes, it's a
Horrible.
bad hat.
Yeah.
Who wants that?
Zero
creativity.
It's an ugly
Zero
looking
effort.
hat.
Yeah.
Like the mesh in the back looks
And
fake.
the brim is too high.
Yes.
Like the front part of the hat.
Yes.
Too high.
No.
Bad hat.
Dads deserve better than that.
Yeah. That's trash hat.
Total trash.
I don't like it.
We should squeeze in a back in the day.
All right, let's do it. Let's go back in the day, baby.
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back in the day with True Mark. Oh yeah!
This is a genius. This is the most royal high ranking monarch that's an Eagles fan, our friend Lady Diana, Princess Diana. We're going to go back in the day when paparazzi used to get her any picture they could get of her they'd like. So she outsmarted them with this. She would walk around with the same sweatshirt on. When she went to the gym, she wore the same sweatshirt every day. And then the photos became less valuable and less valuable and less valuable because she was always wearing the same thing. And then they stopped taking pictures of her going to the gym. Brilliant. She's like, I'm just going to wear this sweatshirt every day.
Wow.
Yeah. And it devalued the photos. The first one or two were fine. And then after that, it wasn't worth it for the paparazzi to follow her to the gym.
Wow. Why would that be worth?
Because they like to see what she looks like, what she's wearing.
It's not a top dated, yeah.
It's just the same picture. It's nothing unique here. So she outsmarted the paparazzi.
That's genius.
Genius, right? Yeah.
That's a genius move.
Big Lady Di fan.
All right.
By the way, they're saying, yes, Ben's a Yankees fan. Mickey wants him in the Bagster.
Ben's in the Baxter. In the Baxter, Ben. Jules, great job as always.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
I don't know if you'd be into it though, because it's like the Game of Thrones, like
Middle Earth.
Yeah.
I like
No,
Game of
well, not
Thrones.
middle. Yeah. But it's very good. It's funny. It's like co-directed by a
like
female. The prequel. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, great job, Jules. Everybody, we love
ya.
you. See you in the morning.
Lost
city like the mayor.